Hi, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to Tried and Tested. This is your host, Tracey. And if you're not familiar with Tried and Tested, this is a relationship blog where we talk about different stories, issues, and things that we encounter when it comes to dating. So today, I have two special guests for our special episode. I have my dear friend, Peanut.
Hi.
And I have my dear friend, Cameron.
Hey.
And if you guys want to say a little bit about yourself before we get started.
Oh, well, I'm Cameron, self-professed fly guy. Yeah, that's about it about me. That's it.
Okay. And Peanut.
Okay, I'm Peanut, the sweet one.
Okay. All right. So today our topic is actually about Valentine's Day. It's our Valentines Day Edition. And basically, we all know that the holiday is coming up, or the day is coming up. I don't know if it's an actual holiday. We'll get into that. And people really do a lot for this day. They take it really serious. And we just kind of want to dive into why. Like, what is so important about this particular day? So, without further ado, here is our Valentine's Day edition. So, for you guys, my first question is Valentine's Day a real holiday? Yes or no, and why?
I don't know if it's a real holiday because you still gotta go to work. You don't really have to go to work on holidays.
That's very true.
So, yes, you do have to go to work on holidays.
I mean,
I went to work on Christopher Columbus Day, and
that's not a real holiday.
But some people didn't like the.
It's not a bank holiday. And bank holidays, if the bank is closed, if the bank is not doing business that day, then it's a holiday. If the bank is open, it's not a holiday.
I agree.
Okay, all right, not a problem. So, do you feel like this is a holiday that you, in your relationships or in your dating life, that you have to actually celebrate?
I don't believe you have to actually celebrate it, but I think it's nice to celebrate it.
Okay, what about?
Yeah, I think it's optional.
Yes.
I haven't celebrated it in the past 5 years, coming up on 6. I don't plan on celebrating it this year. But in my previous relationships, I have celebrated it, and it's an I like to give gifts. That's one of my love languages, gift giving.
Oh, look at you! Know your love language.
So I do enjoy that component of it, but I don't think it's important. I just think it's just another day to for me, in my case, let my girl know, let my woman know that she's appreciated. But it's definitely not for men. I'll tell you that much for sure.
Really? I'm gonna have to disagree with that. Really?
No.
I think Valentine's Day is for both man and woman, whoever. It's for everybody.
Well, I guess love is love, right? But no, actually, But first and foremost, I disagree with both of you, though, actually, because I feel like Valentine's Day is mandatory. Okay, like I'm so serious. Like I feel like that could destroy a relationship essentially. Like I feel like for me, I think it's very important. Obviously, I have a relationship podcast. I like love, and I like that day. I just feel like that for me, it's mandatory. Like I feel like.
Question. So if your boyfriend, husband, whoever was like, got you everything, like roses, the whole night, took you out to dinner, gift on February 13th or the 15th, you would still be mad?
No, it's still in honor of Valentine's Day.
What if it was February 20th?
No.
February 1st?
No. Well, what is that? That's it's Valentine's Day.
My question is,
yes.
So, if it's so important to you, what is the important thing? Is the important thing is that they're doing something for you, or you're doing something for them?
Well, I'll use last Valentine's Day for example. When I had a boyfriend, he did stuff for me, but I did stuff for him too. I just like the idea of the day. I just like feeling. I just like love. Like that's pretty much what it comes down to.
So if the thing that you did for your significant other was more elaborate than the thing that he did for you, is that a problem?
Say it again.
So if your gift
idea was better than his gift to you,
but not that more elaborate, like bigger.
You put more energy into it.
Well, I'm not putting energy into it. Like I'm gonna get him something, but it really is about me.
There you go.
That's what I get.
Okay, so
you have to pull it out of her.
So again, it's usually a tilted scale on the holiday. It's usually whatever the dynamic of your situation is, there's usually the expectation is that one person is the primary giver and one person is the primary receiver. And in your situation, you're the primary receiver.
But that's fine. I feel like men don't really care about Valentine's Day that much, like that you would want me to go crazy. It's not Christmas or a birthday.
I mean, you could give me a nice watch for Valentine's Day if you out here get like, and you know, a nice watch.
A watch is, but I'm saying, but women want more. We want candy, chocolate, dinner, clothes, earrings, jewelry.
I'm saying, but if like, you're out here buying like they just 41s, like that's a lot more than a Rolex. Oh. That's a nice watch. That's a nice Valentine's Day gift. That's a lot more than some chocolate.
Anyway. Okay, so do you feel like this day is a day that you'll finally realize that you are a side chick or a side piece?
Oh, that's a hard one, just because I feel like a day can't tell you that. Like, you probably already knew.
Facts.
What?
Facts.
You already knew.
You're just waiting for the affirmation. Maybe this may be an affirmation.
Yes, exactly.
But you had your suspicions.
You knew.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So do you guys have any Valentine's Day horror stories?
No.
Has anything ever happened to you?
Like, I mean, I haven't celebrated for the past 6 years, and when I did, like, I definitely understood the dynamic. I was the primary giver.
Yes.
And, you know, my partner was the
as a man should be, whether it's Valentine's Day or...
Okay, well, no, because you want to know something? Okay.
Let's strike the record. They don't know what they talking about.
Okay, well, I've been with the same person for a while, and literally we just started trading off where it's like, all right, this year you do something, okay, next year I'll do something, but we still will do, the other person will still do something small, but the other person will do the bigger gift. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
And, like, it ranges from whatever. Like, we'll be like, oh, let's go on a trip. You got it this time, or I'm planning a trip, or it could be like, I just want some Lynch chocolate. Like, so I mean, I think it ranges. but that's what I'm saying. Like, when you say like Valentine's, the importance of it.
Yes.
One year you could be getting that Rolex, and then next year you guys both just be like, we got Hershey Kisses, and you good. I just feel like your relationship shouldn't be based on that day. Like, oh, you need to get me a gift.
But
you know what I'm
saying? I think like, so I haven't officially celebrated like in the sense of going out to dinner, buying the chocolate and things of that nature. However, I do make sure I spend that day.
Yes.
With my, you know,
exactly.
And like we may do nothing. Like we may just be in the house. I might come home from work, we be in the house, watch a movie, just chill together. But we do make sure we take the time to share that moment and be with each other, and you know, have that undivided attention and just that quality time. So I guess in a way we are celebrating. We just celebrate in our own way.
It's not about the physical gifts.
Yeah, and plus, you know, I don't like crowds, and she don't like crowds, and
I guess. Also. So what would you say are some good reasons not to celebrate the day with your bae?
I mean, I don't think there should be a reason. Like, why not?
So you still should spend time with them, even though you're not going to get them anything.
I mean, unless you like some cardiac doctor that has surgeries all day, like you're working all day and you had no choice, fine. But if you're not doing anything and like you're going to spend either Valentine's Day with me or your friends, I would be upset about that.
Unless you're going to All-Star Weekend.
Is that
that's a pre thing. So fine, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay, all right. So have you noticed that people like go really crazy over this day? Like some people, they actually send themselves flowers at work and then they post it on social media, or you know, they post presents and they don't have a man but they're just trying to act like they do. Or like some people, they get really depressed over the day, like they just, you know, they lay in bed all day, they cry and they just watch like love movies and things. Like have you seen that, and do you think that it's that serious?
I do know some bitter dudes on Valentine's Day when they don't have anyone to spend it with. Like, you know, it's in the middle of basketball season, so like it's a lot of times people kind of go to that. But I have seen like guys, they look a little butthurt, like they don't have that moment, that special someone to share with.
Yeah.
I don't know any women personally who sent flowers to themselves, because I kind of feel like that's sad. Like, that's very sad.
They do it on Christmas too.
I mean,
look what Bae got me. Ain't no Bae in there.
You know, I don't think sending yourself flowers is sad. I think
pretending.
the fact that pretending, and then you gonna post it on social media,
because like, everyone lives for that. They want people to feel like
desperation right there for attention. You don't need Valentine's or Valentine's Day. Like, you need to work on yourself.
I mean, I definitely agree. So, what about the men that break up with their girlfriends so they don't have to be bothered by the day? Like, some men feel like, I don't like it, I don't want to deal with it, she's crazy, she does too much. So, what about that? Is that extreme, or is it, like, what do you think?
Well, I mean, if you're strategic, you probably broke up with them, like, November.
No, maybe like
That's
February
smart.
1st. February
Strategic.
1st.
That's being smart about it, actually.
like,
November, that's a real breakup. Like, you're not getting back together. November, December, January, February.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Maybe not November, but December 1st.
It would have to be, after Christmas. You have to pay for a Christmas gift at least, right? Like, after New Year's.
If you was
wanna
going
be
to
bothered-
avoid that, you avoiding Christmas and Valentine's
Facts.
Day.
Then you're done for good. Who breaks up for months?
So my thing is like, but my thing is like, why are you breaking up to avoid Valentine's Day? Valentine's Day is just a day with me and you. Christmas, I'm probably bringing you all my family.
Yes.
I'm bringing you all my friends. It's for most people, it's an extended time off of work, so y'all might be going somewhere and spending a lot of time together.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm gonna avoid the consequences of being in a relationship for one day, I'm probably gonna avoid it for that experience, that amount. I don't think I don't think that anyone's breaking up with anyone for Valentine's Day. I think if they're doing that, and I know of
Yeah.
some people who are like, they get in a relationship in March. It's getting the weather's warming up. It's about to be springtime. They get that little spring fling. They get it, they make it through the summer, have the hot vibes. It cools off a little bit, and then it's like, okay, time to be single.
No, it's the other way around. Isn't like winter cuffing season?
No.
See, now,
Like, people like to be single when it gets warm out. That's
People do
personal.
like to be single when it's warm out,
Yeah.
but also people who don't like to spend money don't like to be in relationships during Christmas.
So maybe they take like weird breaks, like seasons, like fall and spring. We in a relationship. Winter and summer, none. Like I'm single.
Yeah, I see. Like, I know people that like, yo, I ain't trying to, like, I'm not trying to.
The sad thing, or the real question you should ask, is the women who actually would fall for and get back in a relationship with them afterwards.
Right. I don't know. Okay. I mean,
But that makes another question, because like, if I'm breaking up with you before Valentine's Day, I think I need to do a grand gesture to get you back. So therefore, I should have just stayed with you for Valentine's Day, because the grand gesture to get you back, I could have just did that on Valentine's Day and we good.
but some women
That's true.
settle for less, though. Some women definitely settle for less, and they can give them a candy bar and baby, I'm sorry, and then that's it. So
If you break up with somebody in the month of February,
yes.
Yeah. See, as a female, I would think that I would really be like, really? It's February 5th and you trying to end things? Unless I already seen it coming, like,
Yeah.
stuff was happening. But
the etiquette, you still wait till after Valentine's Day, you like, because if you see it coming, you kind of still with each other, like, you say, like, as adults, you're like, look, this is what, but out of mutual respect of the time that we spent together,
Yeah.
the respect for the relationship, we can have our last hoorah.
Wow.
Breaking up etiquette 101.
I guess there's a way to do it.
I mean, that's how I would do it. I can't speak to nobody else, but I'm not about to break up with nobody before Valentine's. Like, if it's about to be Valentine's Day,
Yeah.
yeah, of course we're having real conversations about, the status of what we got going on, but I'm not about to.
What you mean?
That is mean.
No,
That's
but if
mean.
I don't,
Yeah, that's mean.
if I don't like you, or we got to the point where, like, I'm talking about a real breakup, not a fake one, like people who are just trying to save money. But if I don't like you and I can't, like, I'm annoyed by you and I'm over you, I'm gonna break up with you. I don't care what day it is. Like, like, there's not like a guideline where because it's Valentine's Day and I can't stand you, I'm still gonna date you just to make you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the thing is, the timeline is too close.
It doesn't
if it's
matter when
February 5th.
But
I want to think about 10 days. I could wait 10 days.
If the relationship is over, it's over.
That's a fact.
My thing is, if it's over, wouldn't you have known it's over in like January?
Things happen. That person could have cheated on you on February 5th. Like,
okay, well then that doesn't matter.
But I'm saying anything. No, I'm just saying that. But I'm just saying that it doesn't really matter what day of the year it is. If you're ready to break up, you break up. Like, I wouldn't just be nice. Like, let me hang on for another 2 weeks. I can't stand her, but just so because Valentine's Day is coming. That's what I think. I don't know.
Okay.
I can't see myself. I wouldn't be in a situation with someone who I can't stand. I don't know. I can't call it.
Okay, all right. So, what would your bae have to do to, I guess, make you have I can't even speak. What would they have to do for you to have an awesome Valentine's Day as a man?
I don't really know.
Like, what would you enjoy? Like, what's something like from a like a man's point of view? Like, what would a man enjoy on Valentine's Day? Like, that would make you feel like, oh my gosh, since you say it's for both of us. Well,
yeah.
Let me just say this: sex. Like I said.
Definitely, yeah.
I mean, like, no, but not like just typical regular sex. Like, above and beyond, like the kinkiest, like what he's been asking for that you've been like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. Or
something definitely
lingerie, all of that.
Something physical. Definitely something physical.
So they don't like actual gifts. They want like other things.
I can't speak for every man.
Yeah. I'm just curious. I was just like, I know you mentioned a Rolex.
I mean, but like you could buy me that anytime.
Yes.
Okay.
Like,
but you can also sleep with somebody anytime. I would think.
However, there are certain things. I mean, I'm a working man. I'm tired. I'm doing a lot of things. Like I'm raising a family. Like, sometimes you don't necessarily always have those moments to kind of get it in how you really want to.
Yeah.
And if you set it up to where we have that time, that a lot amount of time where is designated for that, and we're being creative, and in that sense, I think that's special.
Okay.
And I would appreciate that, and that can, sometimes that can kind of hold you over to the next time.
Okay, and just to set the record straight, the young lady who mentioned sex is married, and the young man who's over here, he's a fornicator. Okay, so we just to make sure we're on the same page, guys. And then so my last question that I have is, at what point in the relationship is this holiday mandatory? Like, have you been dating somebody for like 3 weeks to a month? Do you feel like you have to celebrate with them, or does it, like, what's the time frame you think that you have to celebrate with somebody?
I would say that if we started dating, let's say January 1st, so a month, that's 6 weeks, right? I wouldn't expect you to give me, like, go out all above and beyond for some gifts. Like, if you did something simple, that's good. Like, as long as you, like, wish me a happy Valentine's Day, we spend the day together, or even part of the day together, we go see a movie, something simple, just because we haven't been talking that long.
But you should spend the holiday with them.
Yeah, like, do something, make an effort, just a little bit.
That's how I feel. I think, like, I think if we met on February 13th, and then the next day is fine. Now I'm saying, like, something small. Like, I mean,
yeah.
I could get you a teddy bear. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's
teddy
cute.
bears, it's only been one day, but I think, like, if the holiday is approaching, I can't help when I meet you. Like, I don't know when that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like, but if it does happen, and then there's a holiday on the cusp, like around the corner, I'll think in my head what I deem is appropriate.
Yes.
And it may be a teddy bear, it may be flowers, it may be delivering. Depending, like, if I met you in November and, like, maybe we getting a little heavy real quick, like,
Yeah.
It may difference. But if I meet you before the day, no matter, and it's new, it's a new relationship for me, in my thinking. If I meet you before that day, I need to do something, find out whatever that compromise is, where I feel like the value is there. But if I meet you before that time, again, and that's for any holiday. If I meet you before Christmas, like, I typically don't buy Christmas gifts, but for the first.
So what do you do? Like, you don't celebrate Christmas, or you don't buy gifts? You don't celebrate Valentine's Day?
Technically, he celebrates Valentine's Day because they spend the day together.
That's not celebration.
It is.
Yes, that is. Especially if you both are working, you, like, don't have that much time to spend with each other. I think that's a great way to spend with someone.
Okay, so I actually do have one more question. I thought that was the last one, but what if you are dating multiple people? How do you figure out who you're gonna spend Valentine's Day with?
What?
Some people are, like, playing the field, and it's like, so what makes somebody special? Like, if you're a single person and you're playing the field and you're getting to know different people, like, how would somebody win the spot of being your Valentine for both of you?
Oh, okay, well, first off, I think there's so many different scenarios with that, just because it's like, okay, you could be talking to 5 people and they all at the same level from January, December, whatever. Like, you're just talking to them, messing with them, whatever.
Yeah.
But then, previously, or you could have the scenario of, like, okay, well, this person I'm really feeling, like, I would get in a relationship with this person, but I have X, Y, Z too.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, of course, then you're going to spend more money or time on that one person. And then you might throw a little something at the other people. But But like if everybody's already equal, like then you're gonna treat them all equally.
Yeah. Okay.
Unless
you can't treat them equally. There's only one day.
Okay, yes, okay, fine. Well, then it's not going to be like, oh, I like this person more. You're just going to be like, oh, you free? Or, like you just, someone you like a little bit more.
That's how I feel is like, you kind of like, it's a natural progression. Like if you're talking to somebody and you have these different people that more times than not, you're going to end up gravitating towards one person more than the other. Now, that may vary across the duration of however long you're talking to these people, but whenever you're getting close to that Valentine's Day timeline, like you're going to be more invested in one person than the others. And whoever it feels like the most natural to me, in my past, that's how I've done it.
Okay. Yeah.
And when it feels more natural, fortunately for me, I've never been in situationships or whatever where I'm very invested where the consequences were dire. Obviously, with Tracey.
Okay, well, that kind of wraps up our Valentine's Day edition. We have a lot of questions that we could ask, but I think that kind of covers the main, points that people have for this particular holiday, which is not a holiday to you. But so I just want to thank you, Cameron and Peanut, for joining us today. And do you guys have any last words to say to the listeners on this topic before we go?
Happy Valentine's Day, guys.
Yeah, happy Valentine's Day.
Have fun celebrating.
Yes. You
have
guys,
some sex.
Yes.
If you are not married, do not fornicate on this day. You can find your friends, your gal friends, your guy friends, watch movies, read your Bible. Okay, so if they want to find you guys after this episode, can you please let them know your Instagram handles and how they can get in contact with you guys, if anything?
My Instagram is, it's butter. Oh, I forgot my Instagram. Buttercup something.
Well, how they gonna find you?
You should have told me. I don't remember my Instagram.
Cameron,
what's your Instagram?
I have two. You can follow me personally at MatchesMalone87.
Okay, see, I remember.
Or you can follow my business, my custom clothing and menswear concierge service, Fontaine Concierge.
Okay. Mine is Peanut Butter with an A cup.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much. And to my listeners, thank you. And until next time, bye-bye.
Where to find you?
They know where to find me.
Okay.
You can find me on Instagram at TaylorMadeTrae, and that's T as in Tom, AILOR_MADE_TRAE. Hi, everyone.